Well, good morning, YouTube. We're going to do something a little different this morning. Happy Monday. All glory to God, we wake up another day. Today I am doing a video on coffee. How I make my morning coffee. Last week I didn't know what to film because I was still really feeling under the weather, and so I just kind of filmed myself making coffee and saying good morning to you guys and letting you know where I was. And so many of you had questions about my espresso maker, my moka pot. And so I actually had a girlfriend who reached out to me and said, can you show me step by step without cutting anything off, how long it takes you to make it. So this is going to be for the coffee lovers out there who are interested in making some Stovetop espresso. Say that fast 3 times with no teeth. Pray for me that I'll get teeth in the next couple months. I'm so close to the end. Anyway, okay, so I am going to make coffee this morning. I'm going to take you guys along. I'm going to show you step by step of what I do. I'm not going to cut anything out, so this might be a little longer than what I would usually do by editing, but she wants to know exactly how long it sits on the stovetop for. So we're literally going to watch water boil together this morning. So without further ado, let's get you up on the tripod and let's make some Italian espresso this morning. So first and foremost, I use whole beans in the morning. I freshly grind my own. I try different beans all the time. I prefer a breakfast blend or a light roast, only because it has the most caffeine in it. And I don't drink coffee really at night, once in a great while maybe, but for the most part it's first thing in the morning. And so I enjoy that heavy dose of caffeine. But right now I'm trying a medium blend roast. It's by Mayorga, I believe. It's the Mayan blend. It's an organic coffee, whole bean coffee. I don't remember if I bought this one off of Amazon or if I got it at Costco. I want to say I got it at Costco, but I did find a link for it on Amazon. I will leave it down below. I know many of you asked me about what coffee I use. I try different ones all the time. So I have the Kitchenaid coffee grinder. This was the last Christmas gift that Matt gave me. He died in February, and Christmas that year, right before he died, 2 months before he died, he got me this for Christmas, and I love it. And even if it breaks, I'm going to keep it forever. So, so this is the coffee grinder that I use. If you want to weigh your coffee, I will leave a link down below for the scale that I have. But for this, I don't need to. So I'm just going to kind of show you. Here, bring it up closer. So for me, on my grinder, I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me hop you off here. It has an area for French press, for percolated coffee, for drip coffee, for like your Mr. Coffees, also for your Keurig. You would use your Keurig around here, and then over here, espresso. So I have it turned all the way down for espresso on level 68. I think it goes to 70, but I like it at 68. And for me, I have 2 shots, and then it'll show me the grind time. And for me, the 2 shots in this grind fits my stovetop espresso maker perfectly without overfilling it or underfilling it. So that's why I choose this one. With whatever you're using, you'll probably have to play with it for a little bit until you get the perfect amount. But if you have the Kitchenaid grinder, I have it already figured out for you. So we're going to go ahead and just start grinding our coffee. and that's it. So there's our coffee, and now I'm going to take you over to the other counter and we'll get the espresso maker loaded. Okay, so hopefully you can see everything. All right, so here is my cup that I'm going to be using. It's a Yeti cup. Well, I change my coffee cup all the time, but this one my son Eric bought me for Christmas, so I love using that one now. So so here is our moka pot. Some people call it a moka pot. It's a stovetop espresso maker. So it unscrews at the base. I have the 10 cupper, which is really just a 1 cupper for me, to be honest with you, but that's neither here nor there. So here's the bottom of it, and then it's going to have a filter, which we're going to dry off here. Everything got a nice good wash before we're using it. So you've got the filter. This is your filter, so it's a metal filter. Now, these pots come in aluminum or they come in stainless steel. The stainless steel, of course, is going to cost you a little bit more money, but when I went to buy an aluminum one, many of you told me, Heather, that they have them in stainless. I didn't know they had them in stainless. So I knew I was going to be using this quite often, so I went for the stainless option, and but that's totally up to you. So what we do is, inside here there's a valve. So you see this little valve on the side here. So we do not want to go past this valve on the inside with cold water. So we're going to fill this up with cold water, and this is what's going to go through the basket and make us our wonderful coffee. So we're going to fill this with water, and we're going to fill it right to this edge right here. If you fill it a little bit past and you go on and inside, you'll see it on the inside. Hopefully, if you guys can see this. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, you see it right there? So you want to fill it underneath that. If you fill it on top at all, it will not percolate. Okay, so we want to fill right below that. So let me fill this up with some cold water. Okay, so I'm going to jump you off of the tripod there. And I'm going to see if this can focus. And you can see that my water line is right below that little valve, okay? So that's what you want when you make this. That's a big important step, okay? Let's get you refocused here. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and put your filter in. And then we're going to go ahead and add our coffee grounds. Now I have a long coffee spoon, but you can use one of the short, like sugar spoons. It's totally up to you. I am still pretty clumsy with my hands, so I like to use a smaller spoon. So we're going to fill that up, and then we're going to go ahead and just kind of even that out and push it down. There's a little ridge on the inside here too, which will kind of show you the fill line for your coffee. So I just kind of, I don't tightly pack it, but I smooth it out like so. So let's show you that. Okay, and then get you back on there. And then I always like to clean the top. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put our lid on. So this is the valve. The handle is always going to sit over the valve, okay? So you just go ahead and spin that on. and then close it tight, and you will see that the handle goes perfectly over the valve. All right, so then this is ready to go. Now I'm going to show you the inside here. So you see the little spigot there. Your coffee, if I can get that to focus, your coffee will come out of that little hole right there. Okay, so you can hear it when it starts, and you can hear it when it ends. It'll sound like it's popping, but we'll hear it together because I'm going to show the whole thing. So I pick a burner on my stove that's small enough to go underneath the moka, not a large one. Okay, you don't want to heat the handle. You don't want to heat all you know, past this. I think I see this mistake the most, even when cooking. I have to correct my own family over it. You always want to pick a burner that's the appropriate size for whatever pot, pan, whatever you're cooking over. I wouldn't want to put it on a burner like this because you'll see it's too big, or a burner like this. It's bigger than my pot. Okay, so we're picking a smaller burner, and I know that seems like a small thing, but it's actually not, because it's amazing how many people don't know that. So, all right, so low fire. And there we have it. Okay, so we're going to let that begin to percolate. It's going to take a while to heat up that cold water. In the meantime, I like to heat up milk. You can make it frothy. You can just heat it up. It's totally up to you. You can put cold half and half in with your coffee if you want. I do not like cold coffee. I'm like my grandpa. I like it to burn my lips off. I think I'm the only one in the family that likes my coffee like my grandpa liked his. And I'm going to move you over here. And then that way I can show you the pot too a little bit easier. So let me set you up here. So I like hot milk, or hot half and half. I don't like milk. Half and half. Or heavy whipping cream if that's all I have. But I prefer half and half because it just froths a lot better. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you this. Now I had several questions on my milk frother or my milk warmer. This also does hot chocolate. It does a lot. It is pricey, but after I burned through 3 of the less expensive milk frothers right before I went to have to order my 4th one, I was so frustrated. They just stopped either frothing or they just stopped heating. So I just decided to spend a little extra money, and I got the Breville. I've had this now, I want to say 2.5 years, and I absolutely love it. And it works like it's brand new. So inside they'll give you 2 little different shaped whips depending on what you're looking to do. I'm looking to froth my milk, and it's magnetic. So this is real easy to take out and wash, and really easy to put back in because it just magnetized right back in. So this is the inside. There is a minimum line. I don't know if that's showing. And then there's a max line, and then there's like a hot, you see underneath the max there's a hot chocolate line. There's a cappuccino max line. So you can make lots of different drinks with this. Mason actually uses this for his hot chocolate, and he loves it. It's very easy to use. So but this morning we're going to use it just for our half and half, and I'm just going to fill it to the minimum line because that's really all I need. I don't like my coffee too creamy. And then I like to add a little sugar to my coffee. I have not gone sugar-free yet. I'm working on it. So I like to add just a teaspoon of sugar. And then we're going to go ahead, put the lid on this. You guys can see that. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this on. Now there's lots of different temperatures. For me, I use it right at the max, 140 degrees for mine. It'll tell you the optimal temp for milk. There's also a cold foam. So if you like iced coffee and you want to use a cold foam, this will whip without heating. And then of course all the way max to hot for like your hot chocolate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and turn this on. You just push the button and you'll see it's starting to whip it up. There we go. Can you see that? So it'll start whipping it up. Put the lid on and let that do its thing. And then I'll put you back on the tripod. And over here, our espresso is still going. So I'll show you that. Get my coffee ready over here. Let me put this back on the grinder. There we go. So nothing yet. When it starts coming out, I'll show you. I know it's kind of going to be a long video, but she asked me to do it in real time and I promised I would. But this is usually when I'll go through my phone. I'll check on you guys. I'll leave you some love comments. I get ready for my Bible study at this time. So this is usually when I will share out Barn 45 in the morning and leave a link and do all that kind of stuff as we sit here and wait for the coffee. Okay, so if you heard the beep, this is done. So it will stay lit up and heated for a while. Sometimes if this takes a little longer, I'll just let that shut off and then I'll turn it on right before I'm ready to pour. I usually pour but you see it? And that took no time at all. Literally, it's like 2 minutes. And that's beautiful and frothy. And so what I usually do, I'll let it sit in here because it'll stay. I don't know if you saw the steam. It's nice and hot. I'll let that sit in there until I'm ready to pour that. I like to pour my milk first and then my coffee over it. So we're just going to let that sit and hang out while we wait for the espresso. So move you a little closer. I'll keep that so I can see it when it starts coming out. I should have set a timer to see how long it takes. It's like 5 minutes. But like I said, it usually goes fast for me because this is the time where I usually work on my phone. So should I insert music here? Oh, let's do some YouTube work. So let's go over to, by the way, for those of you praying for Melanie, I'm going to leave her link down below to her other channel. It's called Melanie Foster Snavely. And she has put up updates on her surgery, her cancer surgery, where let me see if I can take off the CC, where she did lose her eye, but she has been posting updates. So I will leave that link down below to this channel so you guys can go find her. They did a skin grafting off of her arm, and I have not watched this yet, but she has been posting some updates over there. So for those of you wanting to know, in fact, you know what, I'm just gonna add this. I'm going to share this. Let me see. I can share this. So I'm going to create a post, and it'll be found under my, and I'm just going to put update on Melanie. And how she is doing. Okay. And then that way you guys can, go and watch. So I will. Oh, Amazon, you're killing me. You're killing me this morning. I have subscribe and save, so I don't have to carry heavy things from the store. So I went ahead and posted that up. All right. Now we're starting to see some action here. And let's see if I can get that focused. Do you see the coffee coming out? It's really quiet. It's coming out the little spout there. So we're gonna put this down so it can stay hot while it does that. In the meantime, since that is getting hot, I'm gonna bring you over here. I'm gonna bring you my coffee cup here. And so you guys can see that. I'm not very good at this, especially in the morning. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add milk and then the foam. And let me, oh gosh, guys, I'm so sorry. Can you see that? There we go. All right. This makes incredible foam. Better than any other of the tools that I have used. So there's that. And then that's what that looks like in there. Now that'll start kind of coming down a little bit as it sits. We're going to get back over here. And I'm going to rinse this out, put a little bit of soap in it, which just makes this easy to clean. Because honestly, soap, hot water, just let that whip up, and rinse it, and you're good. That's how easy that is. Did I shut you off? Yes, I did. Okay. So over here now, you can hear. You hear it? That's letting you know it's almost full. It's almost done. Okay. So when you start hearing that snap, crackle, pop, that's how you know it's finishing up. If you keep hearing that, it's just, what will happen is this will just kind of keep going and going, and then your coffee might become bitter. So once I notice that nothing else is coming out of that spigot, I go ahead and shut it off. Okay, now I'm gonna put you back on the tripod. So that was not long. I want to say like 5 minutes. Okay. And then I've got, well, you tell, I'm not used to making coffee in the morning with the camera. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we are going to fill that. And then I'll stir it. the cream and the coffee mixed. And then usually not a whole lot left. There we go. That's the last of it. Now this is a 32 ounce, I think. So I'll give that another little mix. Okay. And that is it. So this is going to go over in my sink. This is my lid. I will pop this on as soon as I drink this down enough where I can put the lid on. But there it is. Warm foam, slightly sweetened. This is empty. And it is hot. And it is super strong. And there's enough for a friend if you don't have an obnoxious cup of coffee like this. But if I set it in my Yeti cup in the morning, this thing will stay hot for me for at least, the way that I like it, for at least 2 hours. You can also then, if you want, you could make this, set it aside. You could use it for iced coffee later if you wanted to. You can do anything you want, really. But this is how I make my coffee in the morning. It's a quick 5 minutes. Usually by the time I get to get online and say hi to everybody and share out Barn 45 for the morning, my coffee is ready. And so now I grab and go. I'll go back to my room. I'll get out all my Bibles and sit with you guys in the morning and do a Bible study. So it's like my routine in the morning. And sometimes I'll use my French press over there. I do have an expensive espresso machine, but that takes a lot longer. I can't whip out coffee in like, I don't know, 5 minutes with that. At least not yet, because I'm not that good at it yet. But for my morning coffee, this has been my go-to now. And I had forgotten about it. And now that I've brought it out of the cabinet, it has been my go-to every morning. It's just a stronger cup of coffee without being bitter. I like a really strong coffee, but I do not like bitter coffee. So cheers my coffee to yours. I hope this was helpful. I will leave a link down below to all of the tools that I shared here, if that makes it easier for you guys. And if you have any questions, leave them down below for me, and I will try my best to answer them. I'm not a coffee guru. I'm a little bit of a coffee snob. I like a good cup of coffee in the morning. I don't drink it all day long, but in the morning I like a good, strong cup of coffee. So I hope this was helpful, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. All right, love you. God bless. Bye.